What's up, guys? Today I wanted to go over some competitive callouts that I've made up for my own self and my friends. Oh, today we're on the Streets map here in Halo Infinite, and it looks like I have spawned what you would call Station Square. Basically, what I'm going to do is go through here, and I want to simplify all the callouts for you and try to make it as easy as possible, because there's a lot of really long, extended callout names in this, and I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to tell you what I prefer. So, starting with this area, on Strongholds, you would play, you would have the A right here, the A Stronghold right here. I usually just call this top A. We got Tower. You can call that Tower, bottom Tower, easy. Right here would be Square. It says Station Square, so you could say Square. You also got the Police Department, so you could call it just Police. We're going to run around through the map, and I'm going to tell you what I like to call out things and what I think would be appropriate for callouts. So back this way, like I said, we got top tower right here to my left. I would like to preferably, you could call this, like you could use your surroundings, but this would be a really cool thing to call loop, because it is like a loop. It kind of loops around, right? Like to the back. So you could call this loop. You could call it can, you could call it whatever, but I'm going to call it loop. I think it would be, because you got a can here, a can of soda, but I'm going to call it loop. So we're going to push through. You got cafe. This is obvious. That's a simple one. I'm going to go with the one they put in the game. You could call this district, but I would just call this like cafe. Most people are just going to look here anyways at cafe, and they'll see anybody standing in this spot. And I mean, it's a pretty general area. You're just going to look there when I say cafe. Back this way, we call this Purple Street because of the purple sign and the purple and all this purple. We call this Purple Street. You could call it Shotgun based off of the spawn. That's up to you. I'm going to call this part right here, you got Alley. Alley Jump Up right here. This is just a basic call out, Alley. We go back this way. In this whole area here, I'm just going to call this Plaza. I think this is a really good call out in the middle here, Plaza. You got the subway, you got the base, the subway. Here's the dugout. I like to call this, you could call this Plaza Stairs. Plaza Stairs would be good. This is another one that would be a really good one. It says, if you jump on this trash can, it says Oscar. You could call this Oscar, trash can, Oscar jump, something like that. You got here, you got top yellow, bottom yellow, back yellow, like loop or something. Top yellow would obviously be over here, and then you got the stalker spawn, which would be a very easy call out. Call it the stalker spawn. I think that would be very, very simple. Let's move on though. So right here, I was calling this little street C Street because C would spawn in the base, but I figured out today that I would like to call this Pizza because it literally has a pizza sign right here, and it's who doesn't like pizza? So you could call this Pizza Street or just Pizza. You push up on into here. I would just call this. This is a really simple one. Come on, you got Arc Street Hallway. Who's gonna that's a mouthful right there. So I think Craft would be an easier call out. Just call it Craft. Like he's in Craft, it's simple. It's not, hey, he's in Arc Street Hallway. That's a long ass call out. Let's push on up. So this would be technically, I would call this because you got the arcade here. Obviously this is gonna be arcade. But I call this Pillars, where the pillars are. You could call this B Street, because the B spawns here in Strongholds, where I'm standing right now. I think Pillars is fine right here. And of course, we have the Plaza Stairs. And then if you push on over here, we call this the Sneaky Room. But you got top, mid, jump up. But I would just call it, obviously, top, middle, or rocket spawn is a simple one for that one. But here, because you got some tires, I think this would be a simple call out for you to call this room Tires. I saw some pros calling it Tires as well. When we go back this way, you got this little room here, and I like to call this spot next to this room. I haven't come out with a good one, but you could call this Lights. I don't know, you can call it Lights or Back George, because right here, if you go in here, it says inside, but I like to call this whole building George because of this. If you look at the bottom left there at the screen, this is called George's desk. Officer George's desk. I'll just call this whole room George. So you could say, he's inside George. He's inside George. He's at George. I don't know, George Sneaky or George Corner or something. This is a really tough one. I think Lights would be good because you have Lights. He's at Lights. Then you got George to Loop or George the Square. Then you have this ledge up here, which is another thing I like to call it. I call it ledge, a ledge, tower ledge, square ledge, just ledge. Like I think everybody's going to kind of understand what you're saying for the most part, as long as you're trying to be as descriptive as possible. But you got ledge. But like I said, bottom tower, you got top tower up here. I mean, this is pretty simplified callouts. I mean, alley, there's only one alley, in my opinion, and it's this alley. I mean, you do have the back alley here behind the where it says commercial district alley, but I'd rather call that loop. It's more simplified to me, and it makes it easier, and you don't get nobody's going to get the call out confused because they all have different names. There's just too many of the same. Because I mean, you go over here, it says alley that way. You go here and it says Old Town Alley here. I mean, like, it's just too many alleys in my opinion. You got purple stairs. You got Purple Street. I would call this, like, you know, he's on the purple stairs going into Top Yellow. That's just me. But you know, this is pretty simplified. You can call this Palm Trees or Plaza. I mean, everything's pretty much all what you want to do. This is just what I like to do. And if you want to take any ideas from me, that's fine. You could also say this is Dugout, but that's up to you. Because I mean, Dugout's obviously a little sign right here. I mean, it's all up to based off what you want. But me, I'm gonna go with those callouts. And that's gonna end this video for the Streets map. For competitive gameplay, I'm gonna throw up some more videos for you of other callouts that I've either come up with or ones that are already made for you at the bottom left of the screen, and I'm going to tell you which ones I like to use. So without further ado, I'm going to end this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like this video for more content. I'm going to be posting a lot of gameplay content going forward of you know, good games and good clips and other things that might be useful for you. So feel free to check them all out, and take care and play lots of Halo. Peace.